So I just wanted to do a midsummer update on the gardens and everything else we have going on here. Our 2 beehives that we had swarmed. We split them too early and they still swarmed, both of them, and the remaining hive was not strong enough to sustain itself, so we lost both of them. It's a learning lesson for us. I think we're just gonna let the bees decide if they want to swarm and then maybe try to find them. If they do swarm, we're not gonna try to fake or what's it called? False swarm them. I can't remember what it's technically called. So yeah, not again. It's a lesson we won't forget. On a happier note, we used our old strawberry beds. Last year, you may remember that we had these full of strawberries. We had 4 4x8 sections. They didn't come back. Some strawberry plants you can see kind of throughout here, but the majority of them didn't come back. So we decided to use these as our experimentation beds. And we planted sweet potatoes in these back 2 beds. These ones haven't really taken off quite as much as these front ones. We think it's because of all the weeds that kept growing up. We haven't really been able to stay on top of it because we both work full-time and we're both in school. So we just spent probably about half hour out here weeding. So hopefully these sweet potatoes back here will have a better chance. But these ones are doing pretty well. This was my 2 experimentation beds. We did potatoes, regular potatoes, and these are purple potatoes that we just pulled up 2 plants and got actually quite a few off of. And then we had pink potatoes here. There were 3 rows and we got, I'm guessing probably 5 pounds. We'll have a separate video on the potato harvest, but they did actually pretty well. We decided to take out the pink potatoes today because they were getting blight and also eaten by Japanese beetles. Here are my experimental fruit beds, I guess, if you will. So I have honeydew, cantaloupe, and a watermelon growing. I have three plants here, so we'll see if we actually get anything. Honeycrisp, it didn't even flower this year. You see these little packages that look like ghosts. They're actually Irish Spring to help with the deer. The deer allegedly don't like the smell of it. So you can see that where the actual soap is compared to where the deer's face would be, they don't eat. But if the soap isn't right there, they do eat it. So this is too far away. So it's protecting these leaves, but these ones got eaten. So it does work, you just need a lot of it to protect a tree. Here is, oh man, I can't remember if this is the Macoun or not. Let's just take a cheat sheet. Cortland, okay, so this is the Cortland. And we do have a few apples on here if I can find them. There's one. So we do have some apples on the Cortland tree. The Macoun has actually quite a few on it, so we're excited to hopefully get some apples this year. Let's see, it's protecting these leaves, but this one didn't have protection, got eaten. This right here protected those leaves, but not so much anywhere else. So next year we definitely know we need more Irish Spring to protect these. In the greenhouse, Mike has tomatoes and peppers growing. They have done really well. We're kind of doing a little experiment between Johnny's sauce tomatoes and slicer tomatoes compared to a botanical interest strain of sauce and slicers. Right now, they both seem to have a lot of tomatoes on them, but the botanical interest, this one is the Supremo sauce. It's actually doing really well. They have larger tomatoes than these than these Johnny ones.
And how much difference do they cost in price? That's the big thing.
Oh yeah, they the Johnnies, and don't quote me because we got these seeds last year from like, Johnny's, but they were like $4 or $5 for a pack of like 20 seeds, whereas the botanical interest ones are way less expensive. I think you get like 30 to 40 seeds per pack, and it's like $2, maybe $2.50. So
and that was them not even being on sale.
Yeah, not on sale. We have some of them starting to turn. So these are Johnny's here, the slicers. You can see how big these are compared to the botanical interest ones. These are like as big as the palm of my hand. These botanical interest ones are called Red Pride compared to Johnny's Defiant. But the Defiants are starting to turn red more quickly than the Red Pride. And then the peppers this year, something that we changed is planting them 1 plant per bucket. Last year we did 2, and the roots kind of got really choked up, and we got a lot of blossom end rot on the peppers. But this year we're doing their Red Stuff peppers from Burpee, and they're doing really well. Each plant has at least 6 that are growing, and flowers on top, so we're gonna get even more. I think it was this one I counted earlier, there were like 10. There were 10 peppers on there. And Mike just reminded me to tell you that this is all on rainwater. So his system here is filling up with rainwater from our 275-gallon tank we have on the back of our barn. And this is all plumbed together, so it's a self-feeding system. We don't have to water in here. It all feeds with the pipes going to the buckets. But there was a video earlier this year on the system. Here's the little generator we use to power the pump inside the water tank. You can't see it, it's kind of cloudy in there right now. But here's the tank on the back of the barn. It's a mess back here. We're gonna clean it up later in the season, but this is where all the water goes that we collect off the barn, and then we use that generator and the pump in there through this water hose, and we either fill up these barrels for Mike's rain barrel system that you just saw in the greenhouse, or water the garden. But it's been pretty rainy, so I haven't had to really water. I've watered maybe 4 times with the rainwater and 3 with the city water. Here are the blueberries. We're actually going to get a fairly decent harvest this year. Last year we didn't get any. I picked a few off of them already. This one's our Jersey Giant blueberry. I think the birds got the majority of these. I got maybe two off of that one. But we're excited to actually get some blueberries off of these this year.